Okay, so the other day you guys were looking at Boyle's Law. Today we're looking at Charles' Law. And Charles' Law is not much different than Boyle's Law. And so if you understood how to do Charles' Law, you'll be pretty good at. If you understood how to do Boyle's Law, you'll be good at Charles' Law. All right, so this time we're dealing with volume and temperature versus last time we were dealing with pressure and volume. So the V stands for volume, and this would be measured in liters, as it was before. And the T this time is temperature, and it is measured in Kelvin. And something I didn't mention the other day that I did have a few of you ask about, if it says standard temperature and standard pressure, those are always the same numbers. So standard temp is 273 Kelvin, and standard pressure is 1 atmosphere. Okay, so the hardest part about Charles' Law is setting up your equation. So once again, you have V1 over T1 equals V2 over T2. And the very first step to get them to where you can manipulate it and move and do what you need to do, and there are multiple ways to do this, but the easiest way is just to cross multiply. When you cross multiply, everyone that's in the cross gets set equal. So that's V1 times T2 equals the other part of the cross, V2 times T1. Now, it doesn't really matter if you said T2 times V1. Those are reciprocal. You can do either one. All right, so then from there, if I'm looking for, this looks a lot like Boyle's Law from here. So whichever one I'm looking for, I'm going to circle it and then divide by the other. So if I were looking for T2, I would circle T2, divide both sides by V1. So we would do it the exact same way that we did Boyle's Law from here. That first step is just to cross multiply. Once you get into this generic equation, then you're good to treat it just like Boyle's Law. So at this point, if you understand what you're doing and can go with it, you can go ahead and go with it. Otherwise, I'm going to post a second video that'll have examples.